Hi students, myself Vivek Sajjan, working as Assistant Science Master in Chandrakant Patel Central School, Kalburgi. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter crop production and management. Before going to lesson, I would like to clear one thing. If you have any doubts in this lesson, please comment in the comment box. Okay, without delaying any more, we will move to the chapter. Initially in this chapter we are having agricultural practices. In agricultural practices, we are going to deal with the different types of crops. Okay. So then, what do you mean by crop? Crop means when plants of same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called crop. Same kind of crop, same kind of plants are grown in a large scale. That is known as crop. Okay. Crops are majorly divided into two types. They are kharif crops and rabi crops for your syllabus. Kharif crops means the crops which are sown in the rainy season are called kharif crops. The rainy season in India is generally from June to September. Example for the kharif crops are paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, cotton, etc. These are the example for the kharif crops. Next we are having rabi crops. Rabi crops are grown in the winter season. Okay. The crops which are grown in the winter season, they are known as rabi crops. Their time period is generally from October to March. Examples of rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed. These are the example for the rabi crops. Next we are having tilling or plugging. The process of loosening and turning of soil is called tilling or plugging. Agricultural implements. Plug. This is being used since ancient times for tilling the soil, or else we can say for turning the soil. This is a device, okay, which is used for turning the soil or tilling the soil. Adding fertilizer to the crops also we are using the plug as an instrument. Removing the weeds also done by the help of instrument plug. Scraping of soil also done by the help of plug. Okay. Next we are having hoe. It is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. Okay. So next we are having plug. So this is being used since ancient times for tilling the soil, adding fertilizers to the crop, removing the weeds, scraping of soil, etc. are done by the help of plug. Okay. So you can see in the picture of plug. Okay. Hoe we have seen. It is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of a wood or iron. A strong board and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its end and works like a blade. Okay. So it is pulled by the animals. This plug device or hoe is pulled by the animals. Okay. So next we are having manure. Manure is a substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure or fertilizers. Okay. Manure is a substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants. So this type of substance are known as manure and fertilizers. Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung. So decomposition means breakdowning of cattle dung or else human waste or else plant residues or else we can say plant wastes. How manure is manufactured or produced means by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste and plant residue. Decomposition means breakdowning of cattle dung or human waste or plant residues. Manure can be prepared in fields. Manure are prepared in fields. Manure provides a lot of humus to the soil. It will provide a lot of humus to the soil, manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. Okay, manures are relatively less rich in plants when compared to the fertilizers. Okay, advantages of manure: it enhances the water holding capacity of the soil. Manure will enhance, it will increases the water holding capacity of the soil. Second advantages of manure: it makes the soil porous, due to which exchange of gases become easy. So manure will make the soil porous, so that's why the exchanges of gases takes place easily. It will increases the number of friendly microbes. For example, earthworm is an a good friend for the farmer. Okay, manure will improve the texture, quality of the soil. Okay, it will increase the quality of the soil. Next we are having fertilizers. A fertilizer is an inorganic salt. Okay, it is prepared in factories. Okay, fertilizer is prepared in factories and it is an inorganic salt. If fertilizer do not provide any humus to the soil, it will does not provide any humus to the soil. Fertilizers are rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Okay, NPK we can say. Okay, next we are having irrigation. The supply of water to crops at a different interval of time is called irrigation. Okay, so irrigation means supply of water to the crops at different intervals is called irrigation. Sources of irrigation are wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams and canals. Okay, these are the sources for irrigation. Traditional methods of irrigation are pulley system or moat, chain pump, dhekli, rahat or lever system. These are the traditional method of irrigation. Okay, you can see moat in diagram and rahat in diagram. Chain pump, dhekli. Okay, these are the traditional methods of irrigation. So modern methods of irrigation includes sprinkler system. This system is more useful on the uneven land where sufficient water is not available. Sprinkler system is used where uneven lands are there and insufficient water is there. At that place the sprinkler systems are used. This is the modern method of irrigation. So how it will be arranged in fields means the perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles on tops are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. When water is allowed to flow through the main pipe under pressure with the help of a pump, it escapes from the rotating nozzle. The water will escape from the rotating nozzles. It gets sprinkled on the crops as if it is raining. Okay, so sprinkling is very useful for sandy soil. Okay, sprinkler system is very useful for the sandy soil. So you can see in the sprinkler system in the diagram. Okay, so next we are having drip system. In this system the water falls drop by drop just at the position of the roots, so it is called drip system. Drip system means the supply of water to the roots by drop. Okay, so it is the best technique for watering fruit plants, gardens and trees. Drip system is the best technique for the watering of fruit plants, gardens and trees. The system provides water to plants drop by drop. Okay, water is not wasted at all. It is boon in regions where availability of water is poor. Okay, so drip system is used where the availability of water is very less. At that type of area the drip system will be applied. You can see in the diagram the drip system. Okay, the supply of water drop by drop to the roots of the plant. Protection of crop from the weeds. The undesirable plants are called weeds. Okay, the removal of weed is called weeding. Weeding is necessary since weeds compete with the crop plants for water, nutrient, space and light. Okay, So weeds are undesirable plants which are grown with the main crops. They will compete for the water, nutrient, space and light with the main crops. Thus they affect the growth of crop. Weeds are controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. Weeds can be controlled by the certain chemicals called weedicides. The manual removal includes physical removal of weeds by uprooting or cutting them close to the ground from time to time. This is done with the help of kurpi. So physical weeding is done with the help of kurpi. Harvesting, the cutting of crop after it is mature is called harvesting. Okay, harvesting in our country is either done manually by uh, sickle or by a machine called harvester. The grain seeds need to be separated from the chaff. This process is called threshing. Okay, threshing means the grain seeds need to be separated from the chaff. This process is called threshing. This is carried out with the help of machine called combine, which is in fact a combined harvester and thresher. Okay, farmers with small holdings of land do the separation of grains by chaff with the process called winnowing. Okay, small holding land farmers will separate the chaff from the grains by the process called winnowing. They will beat the crops to the land and the chaff is separated and the main crops is separated. Once again they will make the refining of that one grains. You can see the harvester or combine machine. Okay, storage of produce is an important task. If the crop grains are to be kept for longer time, they should be safe from moisture, insect, rats and microorganisms. If you want to store the crops for a long period of time, it should be kept very safe from the moisture, insects, rats and microorganisms. Okay, before storing them, the grains are properly dried in the sun to reduce the moisture in them. So this prevents the attack of insect, pest, bacteria and fungi. We have to dry up the crops before storing at one place so that we can avoid the insect, pest, bacteria and fungi growth inside the crop. Large scale storage of grains is done in silos and granaries to protect them from the pests like rats and insects. Okay, so dried neem leaves are used for storing food grains at home. For storing large quantity of grains in big godowns, specific chemical treatments are required to protect them from pest and microorganism. If we are storing the crops in home, then we have to use the neem leaves as a insecticide. If we are storing in large quantity, then we have to take care some chemical treatments in the godowns so that we can protect the crops from the pest and microorganisms. Animal husbandry. Animals reared at home or in farms have to be provided with proper food, shelter and care. When this is done on a large scale, it is called animal husbandry. Okay, otherwise we can say food is also obtained from the animals for which animals are reared. This is called animal husbandry. So animal husbandry means, once again I will repeat, animals reared at home or in farms, animal farms like poultry. Okay, so like that we are farming the animals, have to be provided with proper food, shelter and care. When this is done in large scale, then it is said to be as animal husbandry. So this is what your chapter. Thank you guys. See you in the next video. If you have any doubts, then comment in the comment box. Thank you. Bye.